from the face of the franchise to now he may be moving on to one of the rivals up north. It's been a crazy up and down saga that is the Chucky Lozano saga. What's going on, everybody? Host Mo of the Max Football Podcast, here to bring you the crazy story that is Chucky Lozano. I've touched on it before, but a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. A suitor has come forward, and unfortunately for us, they are a rival. They're just a bit up north. If you saw the thumbnail, you already know who, but if you don't, let's hang on for the ride, because it's a good one. So before we get into the meat and potatoes, as they say, we have to talk about Chucky as a whole. Joining the team in 2024 was a huge statement, was a huge, massive signing for the brand new franchise. Chucky Lozano, the Mexican international that scored this amazing historic goal against Germany in 2018's World Cup. And San Diego FC being so close to the border of Mexico, being so close to Tijuana and all the Hispanic roots that come from the Mexican heritage. We had an opportunity and we signed one of the biggest stars that has been produced as of late. And in year one, it took off. Year one looked great. Year one looked like everything we hoped it would continue to be. But for those that do not know, there was an incident in which Chucky Lozano got frustrated when he was subbed off by Mikey Varas, and when he was subbed off during this game against Houston, it turned into what is now happening, which was a backstage fit, if you will. Rumors stated that he had complained that he's not getting enough playing time. He should be playing 90 minutes all the time. Rumors had stirred around that he was complaining that they weren't buying players to win now, that their goal to get an MLS Cup was just a goal. It wasn't one that they were willing to go actually achieve. And retrospect and long story short, the front office, administration, everyone in between kind of took that a bit personally. And as we know, at the beginning of this season, both Mikey Varas and Tyler Heaps, general manager, went on many media platforms and said that Chucky Lozano would not be a part of the 2026 plans and moving forward. So, now that you know that Chucky was exiled, it's been months, absolute months, since he's been a part of the team. He's attempted to make a comeback at some point. He went on Twitter and kind of expressed himself, but it had then come out where the leadership group, the captains, the vice captains, and players of hierarchy got in the room with the general manager and the head coach, and they decided that this is just, it's best to start fresh for both guys. I've been saying the same thing. I think Chucky Lozano as a player is a great player. I think as a person, we sometimes get full of ourselves. And hey, it happens to the best of us, as they say. It happens to the best of us. Now, it'd be best for everyone to part ways, move on, and, go on to greener pastures. Now, why is that such a good thing? That's such a good thing because Chucky Lozano obviously has a lot left in the tank. And he's a player that can make an impact in the MLS and maybe in other leagues if he's given the opportunity to go to those other leagues. But I think in the MLS, he can prove that he can be a top star here. And whether it's going to be in San Diego or with the LA Galaxy. Wherever it may be. So let's get into that because that's where we're at now. In the last 24 hours, the LA Galaxy has appeared as a promising suitor for one Irving Chucky Lozano. According to Tom Bogarts, the Fabrizio Romano of the MLS has reported that both San Diego and the LA Galaxy are in advanced talks on a loan deal with an option to buy. Now, I'm guesstimating that San Diego is hoping to push that for an obligation to buy, but at the same time, we think, once he gets in there, once he gets going, they're going to want to keep him anyway. The reason why you want that obligation to buy is so that way we don't have them having to come back after playing for a rival at that. So, that's my speculation. So the structure that's currently being floated right now, if this happens, this is what's on the table, is the LA Galaxy would register Lozano as one of their designated players, while San Diego would cover part of his salary. So, this is all speculation at the current point. This is what's on the table. It has not been agreed to. San Diego reportedly has given the Galaxy the green light to talk directly with Lozano on personal terms. So again, if he's going to be able to get some kind of conversation in personal terms, maybe we can turn this into a permanent transfer. Why does this make sense for absolutely everyone? Well, for San Diego, this solves their biggest problem. They wanted to try to sell him outright to free up the designated player spot completely, but it looks like it might free it up anyway. I'll get into that in a second. They already filled, quote-unquote, their third DP spot with the signing of Elias Achuri, but that was the thing. Nobody wanted to spend the money for Chucky Lozano. Now that a loan is available, it's something worth taking. It's something better than nothing. Again, and they'll take the roster, the DP spot along with him, which is massive. For Lozano, this is about landing somewhere he asked for. He wants to stay in California. He's going to get a competitive salary. He's going to be able to play in a place where he knows he's going to get minutes, and they need him. The Galaxy do. Gabriel Peck is gone. That's one of their DPs out of there. Their GM has already been talking and teasing about a third DP signing. And for those that don't like this, and if you look at the internet, it's most Galaxy fans, they hate this move. I hate to break it to you, this might end up being the move you're going to get whether you like it or not. So considering that they're sitting on the bottom of the Western Conference, they're lower than we are, they could use the help. So now, it's been super confusing. So basically, long story short, the team that owns the rights, the team that's paying the player, they take on the designated player spot because they have to use that to allow their wages to fluctuate. So with that being said, San Diego would receive or have the ability to have a third DP. Now, there are some awkward caveats in that. And here's the one that I'm not 100% sure on. As much as San Diego would be able to get their third DP spot, let's say we live in fantasy land and maybe they're able to go get Mo Salah after all. Or if not Mo Salah, maybe Kevin De Bruyne. What then happens come December? What then happens when December rolls around and now Chucky decided, I don't want to stay with the Galaxy. I don't want to play somewhere. I don't want to go back to San Diego. Not I don't want to play somewhere else. I'd rather come back to San Diego and kind of throw a wrench into the whole thing. That kind of puts us in a bind. And whether that means somebody's got to not be a DP no more. And at this point, it looks like the odd man out, unfortunately, is going to end up being Chucky Lozano. So I think it's either they're not begging, but they're really hoping to turn this in more of an obligation to buy. That way, come December, January, he's off the books. Third DP is dealt with, whatever. If San Diego brings in, again, a De Bruyne, a Mo Salah, a Richarlison, whomever, they have already set themselves up to not catch any heat from the league, not mess up their structure, and they're all good to go. There is also that other thing where rather than using another DP spot, they can always use another U22 incentive spot since they changed their structure. San Diego FC does have the option for now a third U22 player. I don't know if there's any that catch their interest, but you never know. You never know. Again, the two biggest names out are Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah. Consider they are both still free agents. It's a whole lot right now. It's a whole lot. Again, the Galaxy's general manager is teasing an answer to the DP spot by the end of this week. We're on Tuesday, which feels like a Wednesday. The week is dragging, but something tells me before we see San Diego return to Snapdragon, we're gonna have an answer on what's up with Chucky Lozano. If it somehow follows up with a massive announcement of a Kevin De Bruyne or a Mo Salah, don't be surprised. This team wants to make an impact. They're not messing around. This is something they really want to do. They want to resolve the Chucky Lozano situation first and foremost. But if it means that they can turn around and use it for their benefit by adding yet another dynamic player, they will do it. Because I've said it before, San Diego's a massive, massive city. And we're not as bad as New York. If you start losing, we want you out. But I promise you this, the stadium will be empty if you don't win in San Diego. And I think they already are starting to see it. You get rid of Chucky, you replace him with another, maybe even bigger world-name star. I don't know if it's all is forgiven, but maybe all is forgotten. And for San Diego, that might just be enough. So, I'm going to leave y'all out of here. Make sure you're liking and subscribing for more content coming your way featuring San Diego FC. The saga continues. When the Bomba goes through, when the Here We Go is official, you will hear from Host Mo again, and we'll talk all about it. But until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Vamos, San Diego.
When you drew from both sides, San Diego, New York, London, let's ride. It's Max Football.